Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts and welcome. So what I want to do today with you guys is make, I call it marbled, coffee dyed marbled paper. And I do have another video on that and I'll make sure to put it in the right hand corner up there. But it's been a while since I've made it and I need some more. So I figured I'd bring you guys along with me. So what I'm going to do is I want to make a journal, a junk journal using these fun illustrations from a book that I cut them out of. Okay, so I got a whole pocket of them. So I was thinking I want to take some book pages from other, this is from a cookbook. And this is going to be the inside and outside cover, and then have the pretty illustration that I'm going to pick for the cover of the front thing, right? So, and then I was like, you know what? I want to coffee dye these and do this fun technique, and you guys will see, and it's really fun and easy to do. Sorry, I'm trying to, kind of a weird glare on the, sorry about the lighting. I'm in my craft room in the, over by my dyeing station here, and it doesn't have the best lighting. And also my mic broke. So I'm ordered another microphone. So if the sound quality is bad, I'm really sorry about that too. But let's limp through this and see how far we get. So let's see. What I did is I have some decaffeinated, it doesn't matter what kind. I just have instant coffee is the best to use for dyeing papers. Or you could just have whatever's left over in your coffee pot, or, however you want to do it, just any kind of coffee. But this was older coffee, so it was stuck on the bottom. So I took some hot water. I just microwaved a cup of water with an old mug, and I just had it sitting here for a little bit just to get it mixed up, because it was all just stuck. It's still kind of stuck in the bottom, but this will give us some nice color here. So I did that, and I'm gonna let it sit, but you can use any kind of coffee. I got this one too, and this one's stuck on the bottom too. So use anything you got. And let's see, maybe I can get it. Nope, that's stuck. So I figured that was the best way to do it, is just add some hot water in here. I just microwaved it for about a minute in the cup, and then just dumped it in there. So let's go ahead and dump some more. So I just do with what I got here. Okay. And let's talk about what I'm going to be using. So I just have a roasting pan, just an old roasting pan that was starting to rust. So, I mean, I've had it forever, just dyeing coffee and tie-dyeing and different things like that. We don't eat out of it. And same with the baking sheet. It's just an old one. Like, I use this, I just took it off of my starts for my plants, and I don't need it right now. So I figured I'd bring it in here to add the papers to. Okay. And then, so it's not too hot, I went ahead and brought just some cooler water just to cool it down. But I'm thinking this has got to be dark pretty by now. So let's go ahead. And if you want, you could put gloves on, because it might make your hands brown. Ooh, yeah, I think that's great. And then there's still coffee in there. So I could just set this maybe outside and let it just dry out again, and I could just do that again. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Just dump a little bit of water in there. It's only warm, it's warm, it's not hot, because I let it sit for a little bit. And mix that around. So I do have papers that are finished, and I will show you guys the end result when we're done. But let's go ahead and I'll show you the technique here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take just any kind of paper works. I mean, let's show you. I got some, like I showed you just some book pages, some copy paper, some lined paper, works great. Table of contents, I think those are great to use too. Plus, I got some patterns, just some pattern sheets. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing the thinner ones, the thinner pattern sheets and stuff. I would do these are like the thicker ones. So we'll see how, I've never tried it actually. Let's try this. So let's go ahead and do this one first. So these might be too thin, but I wouldn't use like the thin ones. So we're just gonna set it in here. I mean, let's see, let's always experiment, right? Let's experiment. Okay, so you go ahead and just dip it in. And then you take it. You kind of just smush it into a ball. You don't have to do it too tight. You can do it tight and then loosen it up just to get all the little wrinkles in it. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of ball it up, and then I'm just going to set it over here to dry. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of these. Oh, Patty wants to come say hi. What? It's not time for your treat. She always thinks it's time for her treat. Okay, so I'm just dipping them in there. And just give it a, crumble it up a little bit. Also, another way to kind of double dye, I guess, is when you do this, you can have some fabric down, like some lighter fabric that you want to dye with coffee. And this is a great way to do that. Like, you could just take it and have the fabric lay down. I've done this before. And you just lay these on top, and it gives it like a cool, crunchy look, like a wrinkly coffee dyed look, and it's really neat. So that's definitely, I do have a video on that, and I will try to find it, but I did it a while ago. So just go look through my coffee, all my coffee videos, and you will find it. But I have tons of coffee dyed videos and stuff, and tea dyeing and different things like that. So I will try to find some of those and put them in the right hand corner so you guys can come check those out. Okay, like this. And you can do these tight together. They don't have to be all spread out or anything. I'm just kind of just giving it a crumble here. Crumbling it up. I'm not sure exactly that's what I'm doing, but you know what I mean. Because you're getting the wrinkles in the page, which that is the coolest part. These are the main ones I wanted, so. Maybe I'll let these sit. And if you want them darker, you can definitely, you know, have them add more coffee and stuff, but you can let them sit a little bit longer too. I'm just loosely putting them over there. I'm not like doing a big ball, you know, like a hard, crunchy ball, tight ball, I guess. I'm just kind of loosely just taking it, going like this. So that got a little rip in it, but you just got to be careful here. Okay, and then there's another little trick I definitely want to show you guys that seemed to help. So this one's a little thicker, so I'm gonna see how it's pulling up right there with the coffee. You want that, okay? You want that to happen. And I'll show you what I do to assure that that happens. Go ahead and do a couple more of these. because I think we're pretty loaded up here. So I'm going to show you guys. This is what I do. I just take a little bit more like this and just kind of sprinkle it to make sure that there's some excess in the little pockets and the grooves. All right. Now, if you have a nice sunny day, this is great. Just sit them out in the sun. I mean, they could be dry by the next day, especially depends on how many puddles and stuff you have in there and all that. But definitely let these dry all the way before you open them up, because you don't want to rip them when they're all sensitive with the, you know, the wetness. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick these in there just for now and collect up the coffee. And for all the plant people out there, the great thing to use for this extra coffee is to put it in your flower beds. Great, it's great for them. Great source of nitrogen. It works awesome. But if not, you could put them in a jar, put it in a jar, put it in the fridge, and you can have it for later. I mean, it'll stay in the fridge for a long time. Yep. Okay. So now I want to go wash my hands really quick, and then I'm going to show you guys the end results of it. Okay, so before I show you guys the end results, I want to take some muslin fabric. I don't know if it matters which side. No, it shouldn't matter which side. Okay, and I'm going to set it on top of it and have it coffee dye it. So when I do make my little junky, grungy Grammy dolls, or it works great for journals, of course, you know, you can use this for journal covers, but you can go around and drip it on there, ball this up, set them on there. But if you haven't seen my junky, grungy Grammy dolls, they have cute little, they're dolls that I've made a pattern and everything for. I'll make sure to put that in the right-hand corner for you, and I'll put the link down below. You can come get the pattern. You can come purchase the pattern for a very reasonable price. And there's no written instructions, but I have verbal videos, detailed YouTube videos, linked to it, showing you guys exactly how I put the dolls together. Everything. I mean, there's a playlist of all kinds of stuff, like step by step, even the accessories and the hair and how I do all of it. So I think that it's a fun little series. So if you guys want to come do that, I will definitely put the link down below for my Etsy shop is down there. And then I will put the video, the Grungy Grammy playlist, I'll put it up in the right-hand corner. But that's what I do with this muslin, is for their bodies and stuff. So it's pretty fun series I worked on. So you can even take it and go like this. It might be better if you got the fabric wet first. It would absorb better, but I'm just kind of showing you guys an example here. My neighbor, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my neighbors have baby goats. And they're yelling, neighing, I guess, is what they do. No, that's a sheep. I don't know. I'm not sure what they do. Okay, there we go. And you could go like that. It'll absorb for sure. But we can add more papers and do more, but you guys see how it goes, right? So you just do that and let it dry on there, and it will look amazing. And then you could take some more and drizzle it everywhere inside the pockets and let it sit. And this is what it looks like. The end results. So, I mean, it's really cool. It kind of gives it just like a marbled, veiny look to the paper. And you can see like the burnt little, it looks like burnt little edges, and it's just so much fun. There's one side and the other side. So you can either, when you take them out, you could put them in a press, or if you iron them, just be careful. But you can see, depending on how much that you put in the puddles, like puddle them up and stuff, depends on how dark it's going to get. There's that. And then I have like book pages. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see. I know there's a weird glare. You can see it's just kind of veiny and marbly. And then you could do it like on the colored pages. Coloring pages are cool. So it's just, I mean, it's just so much fun to do this. You can just find different techniques that work for you. You can see that. And then more book pages. You can hear the kitty. The kitty is behind me. She's yelling at me. She thinks it's treat time. Okay, and then this is pretty much kind of the same concept. And then I took it and drizzled it over afterwards. And then you could do little speckles of the coffee, which you take like the, you know, like how this is all kind of caked in there and it's thicker. And you could take it and have those and make it into like a slurry kind of thing and just drip it all over. And then I took some gesso and took a paintbrush and then flicked it. So you can do like a whole decorative page. This is the last one I can find. So I might, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see how I did this with like, you know, like, it's like caramelized kind of, I don't know if you can see that. It's like caramelized coffee and stuff. And then the gesso. So let me know, comment down below and I will do a video on that. If I get enough comments, I'll do that. And I think that was the last thing I was going to show you guys. But I think you could, yeah, like I was saying, you could take it and drizzle. Do a little more drizzling. You can even, you know, go like this and do some dyeing on the fabric. So, I mean, this is just a great way to find some easy techniques to make some really pretty paper. And everybody's like, how do you do that? And it's I mean, it's simple. Super simple. So we're just gonna let this sit and dry and not touch them until they are dry. It could take a while, especially, you know, if it's rainy where you're at and you have to keep them inside, or, you know, it's kind of cooler weather, and just leave them until they are dry. And even if, like, say you're puddling up in here, like in your thing, you can even take them off and maybe set them over on some other kind of, just any kind of tabletop or whatever that you don't mind getting coffee on, or put some more fabric down and do that. And then that might dry them a little faster too. So they're not just sitting in a puddle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.